Hair loss is a huge problem for people worldwide. In the US alone, there are 50 million men affected by this and over 35 million women.
It's nothing to be ashamed of.
I've done over 16,000 procedures over a period of 20 years. My best work goes unnoticed.
This is definitely something I want to do.
Most people have seen someone who's had a great transplant, but they don't recognize it as a transplant. So that's the wonderful thing about the technology that we have today. But it's the hard part of the message to get across to patients because they only see the bad work. And so it's really helpful for millions and millions of people around the world for someone to say, okay, I've got the same issue that you've been dealing with, but I'm going to let you walk through this with me.
Jason Gardiner.
You have the sensuality of a frigid schoolmistress. I'm really sorry. Hello, fellow fashionistas, and welcome to the wonderful world of this morning's style and beauty blog.
Hey, Jason, how you doing?
Very well, how are you?
Good to see you again. So let's take a look at you.
Okay.
You comfortable today?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah? Okay.
Absolutely. Traveled 8,000 miles.
I appreciate that. Hopefully you took a plane.
Because I am a public personality, if my story can help other people, male and female, who go through what I'm going through, then that's a great thing.
It's such a great thing that Jason's going to do this procedure and allow the public to know about it, because most patients that we do that are in the public eye, they don't let people know. He's really putting himself out there for everyone to see, and it's such a common problem that, you know, we really need someone who's going to be a leader and say, hey, I'm willing to do this to help other people, because it would have been nice and easier for me if there were other people that were out there ahead of me.
I went to see the hospital group on Harley Street in London, where I live, and they introduced me to their new director, Dr. Ziering, and he was great. He was able to talk me through exactly what the procedure and everything is all about.
We'll harvest the tissue from here, and then we'll transplant it into this zone.
I'm very lucky to be in such good hands. You know, this is somebody that is really a pioneer in this field.
One of the hurdles that we have to overcome in the hair restoration industry as a whole, and for patients themselves, is when they look around and they notice a hair transplant, they notice the older techniques, and that's the doll's hair, the hairs that look like they're lined up like cornrows. They're big plugs. And that's just not the way the procedure's done today. So what I'm drawing now is just to give us a little bit of a guide as to what we want to do with your hair. This would be where the hairs would start from. So even with your hair relatively short, if your hair grows forward, so it's going to come down into this zone.
Yeah.
And give us coverage through there. The way we do the procedure today is microscopic follicular unit grafting. We're actually taking tissue from the back of the head. This is hair that's not programmed to be lost. So genetically, it's going to stick around. And so what we do is we take that tissue out, we surgically remove that, I suture that area up so that immediately after the procedure, the hair covers over that, so you'll never see anything there. And then we take that tissue and divide it under the microscope. There's a microscope that I developed, Ziering microscope, but there are many out there that our field has developed that keeps the tissue cool, gives good visibility of the tissue so that we get the ultimate results. But then we divide those grafts into the follicular units. So this is actually the miracle part of this procedure, where we're able to take a very small amount and put it in here, and it's the way that we design the angle, direction, the orientation of the hair that's going to give us that natural look and to give you the appearance of more coverage.
It's nothing to be ashamed of. We have the technology, we have the know-how. It's your own follicle. It's not like I'm implanting horsehair or something, you know what I mean? It is absolutely my own hair. All I'm doing is taking it from one place and putting it into another, a place of abundance to a place of scarcity.
We had a great day with Jason. He's really psyched about the procedure.
We were able to get grafts through this entire zone.
That's
you can see the
amazing.
little tiny hairs throughout this whole zone. And then we recreated the shape of your whorl here. And I was able to get, if you can look back here, remember that little area? I even gave you a little grafts in through here as well.
Fantastic.
We actually were able to cover the entire zone that we set out to try to accomplish. So I was able to create a new hairline that was age appropriate, work on his temporal peaks, which really gives him good symmetry from the front when you're looking in the 3 dimensions.
So the hardest part is just waiting. So these little hairs are all going to fall out over the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then they'll start to slowly start growing again in that 3 to 4 month mark. And you'll see the bulk of the change occur from 5 months to 10 months.
I liked his quiet confidence. You know, with some people you just know. You know that they are very good at what they do.
That's amazing.